Hello friends. So in this video I will talk about very interesting topic which is change detection. So let me open one blog for it. So I just recently published one blog related to that. What this change detection is and how it is very helpful for you to like improve your web performance of application. So let me give you one demo first, then I will move to theory part so that you will get to clear know like what exactly we need and how we can achieve, how we can improve the performance. So before that, so here let me show you. So here I like here what I am doing, I am just updating the data. So it is updating at this place and it is not means it is not updating here because we have stopped the change detection. Like this is a strategy, like we do not need to render, like when we require to render this thing, then only in that case we are updating those values. So if I now like suppose now I want, like if I want to manually update the changes, then it will update. So here the concept is like means we are optimizing the change detection. So as we know in Angular, like it like in the check in the component, if there is, if anything changes, then it reflects to the whole down tree and it reflects all the changes at all places. So here what we are doing, like we are optimizing the changes, like these changes we do not require currently. So in that case, that is why we are manually updating it. And so if you see here, it means whenever there are changes in this component, then it will only change. Otherwise, it will not change. So how we achieved this thing? So so if you see here, by default, Angular uses detection strategy default, where it checks the entire component tree for changes even when there are no relevant data has changed. So with this tool we can improve that thing. So we will go to the implementation, like how we implemented this thing. So but what is the requirement to update to use this strategy? So means your component should be pure, and the input to your components are immutable or only changed by reference or change. You want to reduce the amount of change that Angular performs, which can improve performance in large applications. So if I show you one so here I created demo. So here what I am doing, like this is an component I created. This is a test component, and we are using this component in this component app test. So the data that you are seeing below, that is not changing. So we are passing that data here. So what this input component means? So input component is basically this. So if in this component we use this at input parameter. So when they changes, then only we are triggering the detection. Otherwise, we are not triggering the detection, and we are optimizing the detection here. So here like your component is pure and all these things. So means we need to implement the condition in here. So yeah, means you can enable that. Like here we just in the add the component decorator. So in this at the rate input component, so this is decorator. So in this we are just need to import additional metadata which is change detection, and in this we can define our strategy. And yeah, means according to it we can define our all the changes. So here if you see, we have done these changes, which means Angular will only check this component for changes when input properties change and when an event happens in the component. So if you see here, like we just like in the template we defined all those increment, reset and all. So here let me show you how it is working. So if you see here, so this is our normal component. So here we just use one model, and in this model what we are doing, we are just defining the by default data. Okay, so now what we are doing, like we just updated the model, like we updated the name to test 1 test 2, but we now need to change the updates. So what you need to do in this case, you just need to reassign the value, and this reassign what it do, it updates the person. So then it updates this person value, then it is triggering here, and then you will get to know the data, like what data it has. So and in this we have implemented the on push strategy, and if you see here, that is why it is showing this data. So like if I remove this data, so let me remove this strategy so that you will get to know clearly like how it is working. So see here, like whenever you're doing changes, but these changes are not recorded at this time. So, but it is changing here. So it basically reduces the performance. It is very, so in the large application, it's very helpful to optimize those change detection. So to fix this, we just need to import this strategy, and yeah, we can achieve those things. So here I also mentioned about defaulted on-post strategy. When a component uses default Angular check for changes component and its children every time change instruction runs. So if you see here now, we are it is not changing and it is only changing in this place. And when we are updating the value manually, then it is only changing. So there are different scenarios I just mentioned about immutable data and and observables and all. And if you want to manually update the changes, then what you need to do, you just need to use the mark for check method. Like there are different methods to update the detection. So if I show you here, what are those methods? So we have detect changes, we have mark for check and all. So this is the way that we can use this strategy to improve the performance. Thanks guys for watching. Stay tuned for more content.